front. So ready? That's it. I'm finished. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a choice today. Yesterday, you heard a lot of set piece presentations with a lot of slides. I have no slides. I've never learned how to coordinate clicking slides and speaking. I can't multitask. I have a presentation about reputation management, which is what I do for a living. Or I can just share with you my story of the things that I've done and a little bit about why I did them and what I learned from it. So it's your choice. My story or this.
Your story.
Okay. My story. I grew up in a very small town in the American state of Mississippi, which is on the Gulf Coast. And my parents were the children of immigrants to America. My grandparents, one from Germany and one from Mexico, lived with us. And I grew up in a bakery. And my father made the bread and cakes and donuts and wedding cakes, and my mother sold them. And so I learned economics from my parents. I also learned crisis management from my parents, because when you handle food products, sometimes things happen. And you must be very careful. You know, your hair, no matter how much care you take with it, and even wearing a hairnet, sometimes falls out. And if someone came into my parents' bakery with a cookie with a hair in it, that was a crisis. And what I learned from my mother was also communication and salesmanship. My mother was the consummate reputation manager for our little bakery, in that she could sell anything to anyone. I'll tell you one quick story about that. When we came home from school in the afternoon, my sisters and brother and I had to help my mother in the shop, the store. And it was almost closing time, about 6 o'clock in the evening, and a lady came in frantic. She had forgotten her child's birthday and had no birthday cake. And we had no birthdays. And so my sister went in, it was her turn, and said to this distraught woman, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any cake left." And the woman was even more distraught then. And my mother flew in to the shop and said to the lady, and I still, to this day, 60 years later, have not figured out how she did this. But that lady left with a dozen donuts and no birthday cake. And she left with it, she had a bag of gold bars. She was so happy to have these donuts for her child's birthday. My mother knew how to sell. My mother knew how to protect the reputation of the business and therefore the family from crises like something inappropriate in one of the products, from not having products to sell to someone. So I learned all of these things at a very young age from my parents.